Hi, my name is Parmin Zafar, and my topic is about bullying in early childhood educational settings. Goril, Hewitt, and Suella 2013 stated that bullying can be defined as physical or psychological aggressive behaviors that intentionally hurt or causes harm to children who get bullied. There are different types of bullying, including face-to-face interaction of passing negative comments and physical aggression, such as punching and kicking. For some teachers, bullying within early childhood educational settings can be part of children's normal life, while some debate that young children cannot engage in such acts. This lack of awareness is often translated into a lack of response, as mentioned by parents of preschool-aged children who found early childhood staff to be completely unaware of such bullying incidents until the parents themselves talked to the teachers about it. A recent Australian study across Brisbane childcare centres showed that the teaching staffs were hesitant to take children as bullies or victims. Another comparable pattern was reported in Turkey, where the preschool educators were unable to recognize bullying, which happens to be physical violence and disobedience, and did not respond to the characteristics of victimization. Unfortunately, it can be very concerning, as teachers were unaware of the fact that bullying can be harmful to children and did not take into consideration to prevent. At the time of Gorilla 2013 study, the governing agency of quality assessment services for preschool children was the National Childcare Accreditation Council. However, from the 1st January 2012, a new policy system of regulations and assessment procedures was formed across all Australian states, known as ACECQA. Though this new guide to national quality standard recognizes bullying among preschool kids and is also limited in an obligation to bullying policy. Another guideline, Standard 5.2 National Quality Standard, addresses how assessors may discuss with teachers the ways how they should provide support to bullied children, and this could include social exclusion. Although this shows a move in the right direction, the new standards are yet to recognize the need for anti-bullying policies for services that care for preschool-aged children. The staffs do not generally recognize bullying correctly, they rather react to it inappropriately. From the point above, it can be noted that, being a democratic country, it is sad to see that bullying still exists in some part of Australian early childhood educational settings due to teachers' ignorant behaviour. The staff themselves are not following the rules and regulations passed by the federal government that is needed to be followed by the educational systems, but instead making their own policy according to what they think is right just for themselves, and intimidating young children to raise their voice against wrongdoing. Therefore, this could have a negative impact on the health and well-being of young children. Being the citizens of this country, some teachers are not treating the children fairly, and their irresponsible behavior can influence many children to get involved in bullying, thus the more chances of becoming bullied victims. The corruption that is happening in some early childhood educational settings could be due to most of the staff having the qualification of TAFE-based degree who provide poor services and do not understand their students' safety needs as well as health and well-being when compared with university-based degree. Early childhood bullying can be classified as excluding children from groups and games, being called by names, and/or repetitive physical violence. In early childhood classroom settings, children are introduced with instances of social acceptance and rejection. In the cases of bullying, bullied children experience a number of risk factors such as suffering from low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, and having self-destructive thoughts. Children who bully their peers are either at higher risk of non-social and criminal behavior. It is one of the biggest issues that occur within early childhood educational settings, and is very common in children who are preschool age and can create a lot of problems later in life for both bullies and victims. Though there is a possibility that children can protect themselves from bullying incidents if they know the meaning of it. Unlike older individuals, many young children may experience bullying only for a short period of time rather than a long period of time. So, to reduce bullying in early childhood educational settings, a number of prevention and intervention programs, such as Oli's Bullying Prevention Program, Steps to Respect, and Second Step Bullying Prevention Programs, as well as Bayanese Program against victimization, need to be used when with children at the early stage. Intervention programs can offer young children with social and emotional skills to help them avoid bullying behavior and promote positive peer relationships. Also, anti-bullying programs such as the whole school approach seem to be more successful in preventing bullying. It is very important that professionals within early childhood recognize the early signs of bullying and prevent its progression as early as possible by providing prevention and intervention programs in order to reduce bullying or the risk factors experienced by victims. A number of programs that can be used to prevent bullying would be partnering with parents and carers, anti-bullying content in the classroom, promoting upstander behavior, and installing CCTV camera in classroom. Through the involvement of parents and carers in school anti-bullying strategies, children will learn to recognize that bullying and other aggressive behaviors can have a negative impact on the health and well-being of the victims as they cooperate with the broader environment that is outside of the school. Teaching anti-bullying content in the classroom by educators can be another effective anti-bullying intervention that will allow children to develop social and emotional skills and learn the right ways to respond to bullying. Most cases of bullying in school playgrounds can happen due to the presence of peers. Therefore, to reduce bullying, it is important to focus on changing the behaviors of bystanders, to promote upstander behavior by teaching the skills that will encourage them to change their passive bystander behaviors to active defenders of bullied children. Another helpful technique to minimize bullying would be installing CCTV cameras in classroom will allow to monitor the behavior of students to students and teacher to students. For example, it will enable to observe their actions and reactions to the consequences of bullying in the classroom by children and carers as to whether students are engaging in bullying behavior or if the teacher is handling negative situations of their students appropriately. Since Australia is a democratic country, the educational systems are based on rule and regulation. Therefore, the professionals have the right to act on the basis of how children are being treated at the early childhood educational settings in terms of ethics, and teachers have full responsibilities to act upon against the negative consequences. According to Australian law, every child has the right to be treated with dignity and respect, no matter which religion, culture, race, gender, or age they belong to. So, the professional need to make sure that every child is treated fairly when it comes to bullying, whether they are the citizens of this country or not. In addition, the teachers need to teach their students about democracy, citizenship, and ethics so that they understand that they are free to express their feelings and ideas about what is right or wrong. So, to promote a better future for children in the early childhood settings, it is important that the professional use anti-bullying programs such as partnering with parents and carers, anti-bullying content in the classroom, promoting upstander behavior, and installing CCTV camera in classroom.